Jimmie here, this young man on the bottom. Can you guys see three people on your screen?
I see mine's at the top. I see Dr. Jimmie Maggette.
You said it correctly. Thank you.
Cool. You got it.
So we got about 3 minutes left here. Thanks for jumping in, Jimmie.
Absolutely.
So you and I talked a couple days ago, or whatever, yesterday. You have a judge, and she knows who?
The judge knows the northern and the southern head of probate attorneys in California.
Where do you think it's going to go? She's a friend of yours. Where's it going to go, that meeting? Opportunity.
She, interestingly enough, I think I sent you an email yesterday. She texted me out of the blue after our meeting yesterday and said, "Hey, I'm ready for us to talk. Can we talk now?" So she set up time. Her and I had a conversation yesterday. It was a wonderful conversation. She's going to connect with me. We're going to work on some other things here at my church. And just so everybody know, I'm a full-time pastor. Just so everybody know. I'm in my office now. But she said we're going to work together on some other projects. I spoke to her about something that Kimberly and I were thinking about. So she's going to connect me and start referring me to the probate attorneys that she's connected to. She's a probate judge. So she actually has people that she recommends and people that she actually have relationships with. And she's going to start filtering those people out and sending me those contacts and making those introductions.
So what we have here is Jimmie's kind of part-time because you're a full-time pastor. However, he is sitting on potentially a humongous account because he has a probate judge who is going to be, do you think that would be an influential person?
I think so.
Yeah. And if the judge takes a meeting with Jimmie and the attorney in the same room, what's the probability that this works for him? 30% or 90%?
90%.
Yeah. So what we're doing is Jimmie and I are working on what's he going to do when he gets to sit down in the boardroom, because he's never done a sit down with a probate attorney. So each of you, whether it's an estate liquidator, an appraiser, we want to do, because you're all account executives, you're sales executives. You're no longer just sales associates. See 3 people per week for 1 year. You will absolutely establish your accounts. And like I said, it's amazing. They're everywhere. I was talking to somebody this morning in Northern Florida. I think she's on the call here. And I learned the idea of Billy Joe, if you're on the call, you're the only one in that market. But here's what she's doing. She has a consignment, and consignment shops have what? A bunch of garage sale furniture and everything. And I'm thinking, that's a great idea. In your markets in California and in Chicagoland and in New Jersey, there are consignment shops everywhere. And people, instead of doing estate sales, they just take their stuff to I had this lady I dated in St. Louis. She worked in 4 consignment shops, and people would bring their stuff in there because grandma died. And it's like, that's a gem of a find. The beauty of this organization we're in is we get to hear everybody else's story and hear how they're coming up with accounts. Does anybody here, this is more rhetorical, know anybody that works at a bank? And that Kimberly in California that works at a bank, if they have a trust department. If they have the trust department, they're the ones who oversee at the date of death. They sell the assets. They coordinate with the estate liquidator. If you want to meet 10 estate liquidators, find somebody in the trust department. They're also going to decide on who gets that listing. Just every week, at least 3 people until you cry uncle, because you have enough business. And I hope in X amount of months, 80% of your income is coming from, like for Jimmie, you're just getting started, that 100% of your business comes from one source, because that's all you really need with the probate attorney. Although we'll wrap it up in a second here. you also have that wealth advisory seminar. And I'd like to unpack that with James and a bunch of other people in Chicagoland, everywhere else. I was on a wealth advisory committee. We were called the Center for Financial Education. It was me, a loan officer, an attorney, and a financial planner. We created a wealth advisory thing and called it the Center for Financial Education for the state of Missouri. And we got so much business out of just having what Jimmie was talking about here, seminars. People just show up at these events. We won't go deep on that one right now. We're going to wrap up here. Jimmie, thanks for being a guest here. Kimberly, thanks for your great question again. And the introduction, because we met Jimmie through Kimberly. So very good.
Of course.
So James, what's your encouraging thought? We're going to do this again next Wednesday, whether you're the guest speaker, we'll see. We're looking for more people who are really going out to having these meetings. No more talking about it, guys. It's time to be brave. Get out of your comfort zone. What are your last encouraging words, James?
Leo Pareja, eXp Realty's CEO. We don't really think about it because of his current role, but his success today is because of accounts. He got the account with, I think, HUD, but it was all the foreclosures for an enormous region. And that's what drove his enormous wealth and success as a realtor and led to his next business, Washington Capital Partners and Remine. And those ultimately led to him being the CEO of eXp Realty. And, you don't have to land the biggest account, but the most successful realtors that scale have accounts. And they're not that hard to do. You can do it on a small scale, medium scale, and you just got to go out and start talking to people.
So is everybody up for the challenge? Here's the challenge. 7 days from today, we're back to Wednesday. Can you commit to a loved one that you're going to see 3 people at Starbucks or a cafe or someplace that is a vendor and who's connected to probate, divorce, or retirement homes? They could be other things than that, but PDR are the main ones that we can equip you with. Any level we can equip you with, but PDR are the easiest. So I'm assuming that everybody here is committing to that, unless you say, I can't because I'm traveling. But otherwise, what is your I can't? Anybody have a reason why they can't do this? Thank you, Kimberly. Get uncomfortable. Go fail forward. John Maxwell wrote that book called Failing Forward. Failures are the lessons. Right here, we're talking to us. This isn't a course. The course is when you go do it. This is just sharing. We're brainstorming, encouraging. The real lesson is in the doing. So go forth, fail forward. You'll get better every week. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.